Why is it that I get the feeling that that V is not going to come to me later? I feel like that was a little too forgiving. Well, anyway. Time to pose! You wish you were as cool as Viewtiful Joe, don't you? Sometimes I do. Otherwise, other times I think he's kind of a dope, but no. There we go. These are not lighting on fire. The other way? No. Zooming while speeding up doesn't help? Oh, wait a minute, I remember, okay. Okay. Fire, switch, fire transfers, triple kick! Yeah, that was a little harsh on time. Thank you for reminding me that I was too slow, Sylvia. Thanks. Just go ahead and sexy forever, why don't you? I don't get why she says that. Isn't she supposed to be the hero in this situation? I don't know. I'm hitting that guy. I just have to do this again. Oh. I didn't realize what pose that was. I think that's happened before. She was lying down, and that was her quote-unquote sexy forever pose. I know that Joe and Sylvia both have numerous poses for when they do the zoom in while getting hit. Still don't get why it's called sexy forever. I think I might have touched on this briefly last segment, but I don't get characters being called sexy when they're just in video games like that, necessarily. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into anything that I'm not too well versed in. And these torches are not cooperating! Oh, wait. I bet I know what I have to do, so, okay. Wait, that's hard to get back up. Catch on fire, transfer, zoom in, and record, triple kick. Oh, come on! I didn't even have to cut out anything there, and that was still a D in time? You know, I knew right when I would say, oh, well, I bet that there's going to be another part where the game's really unforgiving as opposed to being very generous with the time. Because that's how I talk, apparently. I knew that it would happen almost right away, because I do love these games, but one of the problems I have with them is that when they go through different segments and, like, just go for it, and you got a certain goal that you have to achieve, it's always a couple short ones followed by a painfully long one. And the reason I didn't try getting all V's on last playthrough, and I probably won't, definitely won't this playthrough, is because it's really hard, at least for me, because I'm not the best at these games, to stay consistent with some sort of grading system. Like, I'm sure it's doable if I actually dedicated some time to playing this, and I'd probably have to do it while not recording, because that's just the LP curse, as they say. Oh, come on, I was through the hole that time. Really having a little trouble finagling with this thing, but... Anyway, yeah, I'm sure that getting... Of course, getting V's in every single category on every single chapter is possible, but I just find it very hard to keep consistent. Because there are such short segments followed by such painfully long segments, not to repeat myself, but, yeah. I don't exactly know where I was going with that statement, but whatever. You might notice there's a little bell-esque icon in the bottom right. That's because to our left there is a giant bell-esque thingamabob. And by thingamabob I mean a bell. And you have to hit it 108 times. I don't know if we have to hit things into it or not. We'll get to that in a bit. Lots of enemies want to come out and be my punching bag. I'm going to take this time to rack up some multipliers. Because if you notice, I got the red juice that keeps it at a maximum for an extended period of time, so let's indulge, shall we? We got 8. Can we go for 9? We got 9. They're too far away. I don't want to have to run all that way. I'll just settle on almost 5,500. I'm down with that. Move over here! When I'm punching and shit, I can't move your way. Just be cooperative. Oh, I think I hit the bell, so... Yeah, we just have to hit it a number of times. And from what I recall, you don't have to worry about slowing down. Like, I know I just tried it. Yeah, it doesn't, like, make it more when it's slowed down, so... Punch away! While occasionally hitting backwards and getting enemies. This is especially helpful when you have the red juice like I got. And... easy cheesy. What?! I got a D on V points there? But I got 5,500 in that one go! Ugh. I guess it wouldn't have mattered, because I'd have had the 3 Bs to make it a bad anyway, so... Whatever. Time to see if we can... I think now is when I'll go ahead and grab a power life, as it were. And, probably grab a take 2, just in case. Because this is the boss fight! And I wonder who it could possibly be. I know it's pretty ambiguous, and the title isn't even giving it away as to who it could possibly be, and the silhouette at the beginning of the chapter wasn't a dead giveaway in and of itself, so I wonder who the boss of Thunder Boy Lives Twice could be. Well, why don't we just go ahead and turn the page in the script and find out. Why, it's none other than... Big Lee! Wait, what?
You just don't quit, do you? What are you supposed to be this time? Mr. 5th Panzer Division? First blah 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 whatchamacallit sergeant?
Oh, what you say? I know Sergeant. I, Big Lee, martial arts sensei of Ghetto Japan. Over!
I thought you looked familiar there, Sarge.
Hey, stop what you say. You fight me now. Prepare to die with power of Thunderbolt Shock.
Well, if it isn't my eternal rival, I now declare this movie mine. Hey, I know you. I'm not about to introduce myself. You want to know who I am? Go to your nearest discount store and get a copy of Viewtiful Joe. Go! Now! And as for you, Joe... For many years, we have fought against Captain Blue for control of the world of movies. However... Hey, wait up there! That's the old script? Ha! I must admit, Joe, you are a worthy rival. Nothing gets past you, always trying to stay ahead. But I'm not the same old Alster that made you look good last time. Now, let's really finish this once and for all.
For what it's worth, I do respect the idea that they kind of shattered your expectations there at first with the introduction of Big Lee. But, incredibly racist stereotypes aside, this is Alastor. And he is exactly the same as he was in the first game, so just beat the snot out of him, and, yeah, his air raid is not nearly as intense this time, because you can just short hop over it. Other than that, you'll find that he will do the same old round-trip attacks, same old stabbing attacks, and he still falls to the same old RHOH attacks, as I say. Oh, sure he was going to do a round-trip attack there. There we go. Speaking of round-trip, that's the kind of flight I took recently. But okay, enough about that. And one more punch, and this surprisingly quick boss fight will come to a close.
You win, Joe. I knew you weren't blessed with those knockout looks for nothing. And the lady? I wouldn't be lying if I said her beauty had me beat from the get-go.
Alistair, she had me beat from the get-go, too. She's what I fight for. And to protect her, I'd do anything.
Oh, Joe, you're my hero.
Not bad, huh?
Alrighty, that's a wrap. Moving right along to the next color film. Let me see here.
Whoa, Pops! Hold up a minute. This is the best part. Pops, what'd you do? Hey, what's that dark... Don't tell me that's the black film!
Huh? Yeah, there was a black one lying around here, so I set it up. Did I do something wrong?
Pops, haven't you been paying attention?
Joe, look!
I am Alistair.
The weak shall give their heart and swear their eternal loyalty to me.
So yeah, as you can tell, the title Thunderboy Lives Twice kinda has two different meanings here. The first one being that I always thought, until I got to this part, that it meant, oh, you know, you fought him in the first game and now you'll fight him in the second game too. But yes, we are also fighting him 2 times in this very boss fight of ours. And expectedly, he fights very similarly, except just amped up a little bit from the first phase. He does, for instance, you can tell right now he's doing his vortex move much more frequently. And the first phase, you could hit him and then run down and smack him some more. But after you hit him down, he gets up pretty much right away. I want to say there's a brief period of time when he's trying to get back up that you can hit him. You just have to be quick on it. He still does the round trip, though. He'll still have the... quick enough there. He'll still have the air raid stuff going. Yeah, this is basically just sort of the same fight again, except you're doing it when he has a little more HP. And I think he does his round trip things more frequently, or more times, like 5 or 6 swords rather than like 3. I'd be lying if I said this boss fight wasn't just a little bit creative in how it happens. And Alistair does look a lot more cool this time around. More menacing, almost more like a... Oh, I thought I had him there. And yeah, as you can see, sometimes he'll do the round trip and then do vortex mixed in with it. And those things that spout the electricity can sometimes give either juice or HP boosts. So do be sure to pick up some of those while you're fighting them. More round tripping, why not? I hate to bring it up again, but my next round trip won't be until the end of June! No, seriously though, I am leaving. I was going to address this a lot later, but I am leaving back for Atlanta from the 30th to the 11th. June to July, that is, so... I'll try to get as much cool stuff out before then as possible. I think I'll be able to finish this LP by the time that comes around. Because now that the summer's here, along with it being much harder, it's also a little more lenient for me on the schoolwork. It's just more actual work now. I told them at my job that they can put me on as many days as they want now, and they took that to heart because this week I'm working Monday through Friday every single morning, so... Making that cash money, as they say. I don't know who they are who say that, but you know what I mean. I was trying to think, there's some character in a video game that this version of Alastor reminds me of, where he's got the more pronounced, more demonic, you could say, horns as well. He has goat legs, you can tell. When you fight the devil in Sheol in Binding of Isaac, I've been playing the hell out of that game. I know I mentioned last segment that I might do more indie game LPs, Hotline Miami being one of them. I consider doing Binding of Isaac as well. Not to throw out like some kind of interest check or anything, but if you guys have any requests, do feel free to let me know. I'm always looking for games that people want me to play, because I do like playing these old games, but I want to get out of nostalgia for a little while. Anyway, that was Alastor Part 2.
And thus, the great warrior was defeated. Alastor, who was transformed into a crazed and murderous demon by the power of the accursed black film, was put out of his misery by the beautiful fighting duo. Forever rest his soul. Joe and Sylvia can hardly believe that the black film had been in their possession all along. Thank goodness it was found before it reached the hands of the enemy. And thanks to Jet's magnificent footwork, the despicable Fleg will never see the light of day.
Did you see that? Quite a kick, wouldn't you say?
Don't get too excited, Pops. You'll put your back out again.
And our heroes now have the Red Oscar. Joe and Sylvia wait eagerly for their chance to get a shot at the other Rainbow Oscars. Little do they know that a deadly samurai awaits them in the brutal Antarctic. Be sure to catch the next frost-bitten installment, Ice Edge.
Ow, ow, ow! Hey, wait a minute! Is my part over already? No way! This can't be. Hey, you, put a word in for me, will ya?
Huh? Me? Yeah, sure. But first, let's get the next film rolling. Any preference?
No! Come on, help a brother out! I'm packing heat!
And thus Alastor, the attention whore, was finally silenced. At least for now. So yeah, that was quite a fun little couple of segments. Let's see, next time we will just continue in the film series. I don't know what title Ice Edge parodies, but whatever. Thank you guys for watching so much. Until next time, see you all later.